An attitude of sincere gratitude can miraculously lead a person to true happiness. Henry Frost was a missionary to China. There was a time in his life when he was going through a lot of difficulties. He was having problems in his family. He was also finding difficulties in personal life. He was experiencing a kind of darkness in his life. He tried praying to God, but the darkness did not disappear. He tried to work on himself, trying to accept and endure the suffering, but he could not succeed. The feeling of emptiness and pain continued. One day, with a very heavy heart, he entered a church to pray. He took the Bible and turned the pages. The passage he opened was Psalm 107. Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. He felt in his heart that it was a message for him. When you find life meaningless, try thanksgiving. He began to recall to mind the number of graces he had received in his life. Slowly, the darkness changed into light. His face became bright and he began to feel good. The psalmist was right. It is good to give thanks to the Lord. When you find in prayer that nothing works, try thanksgiving. An attitude of gratitude can miraculously transform our sorrow into joy. It is not happiness that makes us grateful, but it is gratitude that makes us happy. In the Gospel according to St. Luke chapter 17, we read about the 10 men who were healed by Jesus of their leprosy. Out of those 10 men, only one Samaritan came back to give thanks. Jesus said, "Where are the other 9? He was the only one willing to take time to go back and say thank you. Because of that, Jesus said to him, "Rise and go, your faith has made you well." When Jesus was saying, "Your faith has made you well," he wasn't just talking about a physical healing. He was talking about a more holistic healing. He was talking about a physical healing, a spiritual healing, and a mental healing. The healing that the other 9 received would have been just physical healing. They just were not positive enough to acknowledge the blessings they received in their life. Their healing was not complete. We too can be made whole by our thanksgiving. When we are grateful, it automatically makes our life happy. According to psychologists, sincere gratitude is the healthiest of all human emotions. According to Hans Sale, the father of stress studies, gratitude produces more positive emotional energy than any other attitude. That means thanksgiving is beneficial not only for the receiver but also for the giver. God appreciates our thanksgiving because it takes us closer to God. The second book of Kings, chapter 5, verses 14 to 17. Naaman the Syrian is healed of his leprosy by Yahweh through prophet Elisha. He wanted to give thanks to God and offer him gifts. In gratitude, Naaman wanted to carry 2 lords of the earth from Israel so that he could stand on the ground of Israel and worship the Lord. It was an expression of his gratitude to Yahweh, who healed him by accepting him as his God. His grateful heart takes him closer to the Lord, closer to Yahweh. We too can become closer to God when we express our thanks. When we are not expressing our gratefulness, then it can also have an opposite effect. In the letter of St. Paul to the Romans, he says, "For although they knew God, they neither glorified him as God nor gave thanks to him. But their thinking became futile, and their foolish hearts were darkened. Paul advises Timothy to be grateful to God even in his sufferings and pains. In his second letter to Timothy, chapter 2, verse 11, he said, "If we die with him, we will also live with him." If we are grateful even in adversities, the joy of the Lord will make our dark days brighter. Let us be grateful to God and to our brothers and sisters for the blessings we enjoy. Counting our many blessings will surely make our life more joyful. Gratitude will help us to continue to serve the Lord with true joy. Let us proclaim with the psalmist, "Sing to the Lord a new song, for he has done wondrous deeds."